Yes, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the IAIB 16th quarter 2021, going to be held on 31st October 2021. Please, anyone can unmute and read what I put on the screen. Anyone?
Sir, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir,
Please read.
Sir, National Desert Day, October 14th, special day, softheatmonth.com. National Desert Day for people to satisfy their sweet tooth and to go ahead and enjoy the dessert of their choice. Today is the day to enjoy all of those decadent sweets without the guilt. There are quite a few treats out there for you to enjoy, including brownies, cakes, pies, ice cream of chocolate desserts. Professor Dr. Muhammad Sahib Hussain.
Here said desert, DESSERT, desert. And this is like a sweet and something confectionery is a dessert. What is that Edari desert?
DESERT.
The spelling is DESERT. That is a desert. See, here I have shown you the spelling also. DESERT. A desert is a barren area of the landscape where the little precipitation occurs and consequently living conditions are hostile for the plant and animal life. The lack of vegetation exposes the unprotected surface of the ground to the process of denudation. About 1/3 of the land surface of the earth is an arid or semi-arid. So that is a DESERT, that desert is DESSERT, that is the difference between that two. Okay, let us come to our good evening, the All India Bar Examinations and 16th cohort 2021, Indian Penal Code 1860, and a multiple choice question compiled by me, that is a Professor Dr. Muhammad Sahib Hussain. Number 1. The Indian Penal Code was enacted by the Indian Legislative Council on 1860 and it came into force on 1862. Okay, now what is the right answer? A, 1st January and 6th October. B, 6th October, 1st January. C, 6th October, 2nd January. D, 5th October and 1st January. Which is the appropriate in the two dashes? Anyone?
C, sir.
Second option. It is answer is B. That is the 6th October and 1st January. That is the right answer for the first question. The second question. The objective of the IPC among the following all are except the one. Means all three are correct object of the IPC, but one is not connected to it. A. Discuss the historical background of making of the Indian Penal Code. B. Describe the salient feature of the Indian Penal Code. C. Analyze the need for the revisiting the criminal law. D. It is also known as a Ranbir Penal Code 1862 in Jammu and Kashmir.
Sir, D, sir. D. It is also.
It is also known as a Ranbir Penal Code 1862 in Jammu and Kashmir. What is the wrong in it? Ranbir Penal Code is there in Jammu and Kashmir earlier.
Yes, sir.
It was
D.
there. Then Ranbir Penal Code was there, but I wrote instead of 1932, I wrote 1862. That is it is wrong, not connected to the second question. There is the Dogra dynasty is there. The territorial exchange Jammu and Kashmir enacted in the 1932 and assented to the 1932. Instead of writing the 1932 Ranbir Penal Code, I wrote the Ranbir Penal Code 1862. So that I made a mistake that is not connected to the IPC 3 objectives. Okay, now let's go to the third question. Who is the father of modern legal education in India? A. Professor Dr. Nilakanta Ramakrishna Madhav. Yes, anybody can read? Anybody can read?
Sir, A. Professor Dr. Neelakanta Ramakrishna Madhavan Menon. B. Professor Dr. Upendra Bakshi. C. Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer. C. D. Justice P.N. Bhagwati.
Yes, which is the right answer among them? The father of the modern legal education in India. Shoot, even though it is wrong, doesn't matter.
Sir, D, sir. Justice P.N. Bhagavati.
The answer is Professor Dr. Neelakantha Ramakrishnan Madhava Menon, in short form, N.R. Madhava Menon, that is a Professor Doctor, and that is modern legal education in India, because it is he who developed the brainchild of the, that is the Nagar Bhavi, Bangalore, the first national law university. It is the brainchild of the N.R. Madhava Menon. Later on, that he made several national law university. It's a big figure, but he is no more now. See here, Nilakanta Ramakrishna Madhava Menon, he belongs to the Kerala, and he lived from the 1935 to 2019, was an Indian civil servant, lawyer, and legal educator, considered by many as the father of the modern legal education in India. And here I have shown the figure. The first left hand side is N.R. Madhav Menon. In the right hand side is, that is Professor Dr. Upendra Bakshi, is the right hand side, who is having the long hairs and the little white hairs also there. And in the down, you can see in the left hand side, who is that left hand side and who is the right hand side. Yes, he is Iyer, that is the third one, who is the name is Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, is the left hand side. Right hand side is the Justice Bhagavati. So these are the photos which I put it over there, at least you do have a knowledge of them, who are they. Okay, fourth question. English criminal law was being administered in the presidency towns of the Bombay, Calcutta and Madras, and dash was being applied in the mufassils. A. Hindu law, B. Parsi law, C. Christian law, D. Mohammedan law. Which one is the appropriate? Even though it is wrong, doesn't matter, you can shoot.
Parsi law, sir.
Repeat.
Parsi law.
No, it is the D is the right answer. That is
Mohammedan.
Muhammad Allah is the right answer for that one. In the Mufassils, it will be used. Fifth, the Indian Penal Code 1860 is a visionary and a laborious work of a nearly dash of the law commissioner, particularly of Lord Macaulay, the main architect of the code. Now, A, 1 decade, 2, B decade, C, 3 decade, 4, the D, 4 decade. Which one is the right answer?
Sir, C, sir. 3 decades.
3 decades. See, if you happen to see here, if you happen to see here 1834 to 1860, so nearly you can get the answer in the question itself. But I don't know why you did not apply the brain there. Intentionally, I kept it to know whether the 3 decades or not. You will make it out. So the right answer is, for the fifth question, is the 3 decades the right answer. Yes, the sixth question. Can anyone can read? Unmute and read. Only one, not in chorus. Because if I call the people, I don't know whether they read or not. Okay, let me call the people there. V. Venkateshwar Rao, could you unmute and read the sixth question, please? V. Venkateshwar Rao garu, can you unmute and read the sixth question, please? Unmute and read. Sir, we don't know how to unmute. Merugu Dhanesh, can you unmute and read the sixth question? Sir, we just kept it open, sir, to see the attendance. Okay, anyone now?
Sir, what chapters, namely offences relating to dash, have been added to its original 23 chapters? A. Criminal conspiracy. B. Election and cruelty to married women. C. Election and cruelty to married person. D. Only A and B.
Which is the right option? The other three
C, sir.
chapters are added.
C. Election and cruelty to married person.
Here, namely, offences relating to have been added to its original 23 chapters. Actually, it is the answer is D, only A and B, but not the C is not connected it because I fabricated it. Election and cruelty to married person, I said. It is my fabrication, it is not there. It is a woman is there. That's why the answer is D, only A and B is correct. Okay, the seventh question. Which chapters contain the general matters relating to the extent, definitions, principles of the liability, etc.? Chapter 1 to 5, chapter 1 to 5, chapter 1 to 5, chapter 1 to 5. Sir, what is that, sir? You are reading the same thing, but
C, sir.
I wrote in different
C.
style.
C.
Sir,
C
C,
is
sir,
the
C.
right answer. You are not supposed to write in another answer. Chapter you are to write Roman capital 1 to 5th Roman capital, not Arabic numeral 1 to 5, not in figures 1 to 5, only 1 to 5, not in a small Roman that is 1 to 5. So the right answer is C. Okay. Now, match the following chapters in part 1 and the explanation is given in the part 2. Chapter 1 to 2, chapter 4 to 15, chapter 6 to 15, chapter 16 to chapter 22, then chapter 23 in the left hand side part 1. In the part 2 are mainly concerned with offenses committed by the individuals against the individuals or the legal persons other than the state. B is a residuary in nature, laying down the principles of the punishment for the attempt to commit an offense if no specific provisions has been made therefore. C contain general matters relating to the extent, definition, principle of liability, etc. D deal with the public matters between the individuals and the state.
B,
Here I
sir.
have given the yes.
B, sir.
You
1C,
are
2D,
right.
3A, 4B.
It is a right. B is the right answer. 1C, 2D, 3A, 4B. That is the right answer. Here I have given the chapter 1 to 4. The explanation which I given over there contains the general matter relating to the extent, definition, principle of liability, and so on and so forth. If you see the chapter 23 is the residuary in nature, relying on the principle of punishment for attempt to commit an offense if no specific provisions has been made therefore. Okay, now the ninth question is where a landlord has disconnected the submitter of his tenant, it will make him liable for the offense under dash, notwithstanding the fact that the tenant could sue the landlord for damages. Suppose the tenant did not pay the rent, then the landlord the tenant could sue the landlord for the damages if the tenant will disconnect the meter. Under which offense it is?
Sir, section 427 IPC, sir.
It is a section C 426 IPC. It is say when a landlord has disconnected the submitter of his tenant, it will make him liable for the offense under the section 426 IPC, notwithstanding the fact that the tenant could sue the landlord for damages. Yes, he can also sue for the damages. And he file a case against the landlord because that fellow disconnected the electricity. So that is an offense done by the landlord. So the tenant having a right to file a case against him under section 426 IPC.
Sir, is it bailable, sir? Section 14.
I think it is
It
available.
is available,
Yeah, it is there.
100% available.
Yes, because it's petty offense. No, it is not that much the big issue. Okay. The 10th one is which one of the feature of the IPC is false? See, I have given the feature of the IPC, then one is false over there. A. The general law on substantial crimes is contained in the Indian Penal Code 1860. The Indian Penal Code 1861 is the basic governing statute for determining the criminal liability for offences stated in it and also for the declaring expectation to the questions of the criminal liability for the offences under the Act. C. In the specific offences, the requisite mens rea, actus reus, and forbidden consequences that must ensue to make them punishable are provided. D. The various forms and shades of the guilty man have been legislatively crystallized under the Indian Penal Code 1860. Which one is false among the A, B, C, D?
B, sir.
B, sir, B.
It is a B is the right. Even 118 also said the same thing because
Already
it is not,
1860.
yeah, it is not
1861.
1861, it is 1860.
Yeah.
Because in the running that I made you to find it out whether you could make the such a mistake also or not. Even the examiner can ask in such a style also, then say which is a false. Then you should be in a position. See, the only difference which I made it the fact is 1860 I made it highlighted in the red color. There in 1861 is there is a mistake. The B is the right answer, which is the false statement. Okay. 11th, it has been noticed that the doctrine of dash has been imported into the criminal law in India through judicial decisions, which is imported through the intention, B, estoppel, C, apportionment, D, mens rea.
Intention, sir. A.
Second option,
He means this.
Mens rea, sir.
yes?
D. Yes,
D is
sir.
the
D,
right
sir.
answer. D is the right answer. Mens rea doctrine. Dr. Mens rea has been imported into the criminal law in India through judicial decisions. Because when you want to say the act should have the guilty mind also. If not, it will not tantamount to the offense. 12th, group liability under dash is envisaged in making the members of the unlawful assembly vicariously liable for the criminal act, liable for the punishment for being a member of an unlawful assembly. Which section says for the group liability? A, 147, B, 148, C, 149, D, section 150.
Yes, sir. Section 147.
Sir, D, sir,
Sir,
section
C
150.
sir, 149
D,
sir.
D, sir.
149, sir.
149 is correct answer. C is the correct answer. 149 is the correct answer. Group liability under section 149 is envisaged, making the members of the unlawful assembly vicariously liable for the criminal act, liable for the punishment for being the member of an unlawful assembly. 13. The statistics shows that a large number of the convictions in criminal offenses are under the local and special laws like the 3, but not one among the 4. Mean 3 are very much relevant where that cases are more, but one which is not connected to it are less or no. A, Excise Acts, B, Municipal Acts, C, Limitation Act, D, Revenue Act and Tenancy Laws.
It is the D, sir.
D, sir.
There are many cases
D.
in the Excise Act, there are many cases in the Municipal Act, there are revenue and tenancy laws are there, but Limitation Act, in few cases it will come, the law of limitation would be there, because some places, in many places it will be condoned if the sufficient ground is shown over there. 14th, which is not a social economic offenses like corruption by the public servants, B, trafficking the drugs and smuggling, C, smurfing, D, cloth laundering.
D, sir, cloth laundering.
Yes, that is the
Smurfing,
right
sir.
answer, because smurfing is nothing but money laundering. Smurfing is nothing but, I thought that you will make a mistake, make the smurfing, but I found no, you are intelligent enough and give the cloth laundering. Suppose if I say some other thing which is very much related to, then everybody will sign because smurfing, because they do not know that what is the smurfing. It is nothing but money laundering. Okay, 15th question. Dash committee have since been accepted by the government and have been incorporated in the criminal law of the land, law of the land, both substantive and procedure law. Which committee? Ravindra Verma committee, V.S. Malimat
D.
committee, R.G. Anand committee, Sri Yashwant Jain committee.
B, sir. Malimat.
It is a BVS Malimat committee has since been accepted by the government and have been incorporated in the criminal law of the land, both substantive and procedure law. The 16th question is Hadiya case or Hidaya case. Generally, that pronunciation is the Hadiya case, the Hidaya case, but the spelling is Hadiya case dash was a 2017 to 2018 Indian Supreme Court has case that affirmed the validity of the marriage of Hadiya and SJ, who was challenged by the Hadiya's family. What is the name of the case law? A, Rahina Bano and others versus State of Jammu and Kashmir. B, Prashab Ashok Pratapan versus Sub-Inspector of Police. C. Shafin Jahan versus Ashokan KM. D. Kajal and other versus State of UP and others. Which is the relevant case law for Hadia? Shoot, even though it is wrong, doesn't matter.
C, sir. Shafi
It
Jahan.
is a C. Shafin Jahan versus Ashokan. See here, Hadia and SJ I wrote. I did not write the full form. Because if I write the full form, definitely you will say it is a Shafin Jahan. That's why I wrote SJ, and which was challenged by the Hadia's family, and hence Shafin Jahan versus Ashokan KM. That is the case law. Number 17, the Kerala High Court in a significant judgment upheld that although not penalized in India is a good ground to claim divorce. What is? Is it a rape? Is it an individual rape? Is it a gang rape? Is it a marital rape?
D, sir.
It is
Marital.
a marital rape. It is not marital rape, not penalized in India. Is a good ground for the getting the divorce. The 18th, the Supreme Court has pursued that a right to privacy is intrinsically ensured under the extent of the Article 21 was in the case of the three, but not one of the case. Which one it is? All three are related to the Article 21, where you can say the right to privacy is intrinsically means internally it is ensured under the extent of the Article 21. A. The Chairman Railway Board versus Chandrima Das. B. Farak Singh versus State of UP. C. Govind versus State of Madhya Pradesh. D. Nima Mathur versus LIC.
Sir, Neema Mathur was LIC.
D, sir. Neera Mathur versus LIC.
No.
It is A, Chairman.
It is
Railway Board versus
A
Chandra.
because chairman of the Dr. Saab is right. The chairman of the railway board versus Chandrima Das, it is connected to the vicarious liability on the railway company. That is the Calcutta. Chandrima Das is a Bangladesh lady, and these people are booked her the room in the railway Nilayam and gang raped them. And it is not about the privacy, it is about the rape number one, gang rape, number two, vicarious liability. But other things are, three cases are connected to the privacy. Okay, 19th question. Where the victim, a girl of 13 or 14 years of age, who was sent by her father to accompany the relatives of his elder daughter's husband to look after her elder sister for some time, was forcibly married to the appellant and had a sexual intercourse with her. The accused was held liable for the rape under section 376 of the IPC, decided in the case of dash. RTA Foundation versus Union of India. B. Independent Thought versus Union of
Vishnu
India.
Dayal versus State of Bihar.
Vishnu Dayal versus State of Bihar. That is the exact case law where that even a girl was sent to her elder sister to take care of the elder sister because she is suffering the illness over there. But there the people got married to another person and that fellow was raped. Then it is come under the 376. That is decided in the Vishnu Dayal versus State of Bihar. Yes. 20th question. Which statement is false among the following? I say false. A. Rape has been defined under section 37 of the IPC 1860. B. A prostitute has the right to deny the sex on the off chance that she was unwilling. C. Marital rape is a non-consensual act of the violence perversion by a husband against the wife where she is physically and sexually abused. See, sexual intercourse or sexual acts by a man with his own wife, that wife not being the 18 years is a rape. So which one is the right answer? Look closely.
The prostitute has the right to deny sex on the offense.
No, she
was
can. Need not do this. I will pay the money, you sleep. No. She will say no. The right answer is Sexual intercourse or sexual acts by a man with his own wife, the wife
Yeah.
not being 18 years, is not rape. So, not I removed here. Here I not removed I here, actually, but it is not a rape. Because just we wrote sexual intercourse to a sexual act by a man with his own wife, the wife not being the 18 years is not a rape, it is a marital rape, and it is the only ground for the getting the divorce. Yes, 21st question. Crime is A, essentially an important act, B, an illegal act, C, essentially a socially reprehensible act, D, none of the above.
B, sir.
While you are
And
giving answer, I told you, don't say only B, you give the answer also. Read the answer
An
also.
illegal.
B, an illegal act. That is the way of saying. The right answer is for the 21, crime is an illegal act. That the right answer is B, an illegal act. Okay. How many types of kinds or how many types are kind of punishment enumerated under the IPC? 2, 3, 4, 5.
D, sir, 5.
5, it is 5. Yes, you are right, sir. That's all. Number 23, which section dash IPC say about the 5 types of the punishments? See, I gave you the lower. I don't know why you did not catch it. Which section says there are
Sir,
5
53, sir.
punishments?
D,
Are
53.
53. C is the right answer. 53 is the right answer. Now I am writing the sequence. Which sequence is appropriate and exact sequence reading of the 5 punishment? A, death, simple and rigorous imprisonment to life, forfeiture of the property or fine. B, death, imprisonment for life, then simple and rigorous imprisonment, fine and forfeiture of property. C, death, imprisonment for life, simple and rigorous imprisonment, forfeiture of the property, and fine. D,
C, sir.
imprisonment for life, death, simple and rigorous imprisonment, forfeiture of the property, fine. Which is the proper sequence?
C, sir.
It is a C is a proper sequence. First death, next imprisonment for life, next simple and rigorous imprisonment, next future of the property, next fine. That is the sequence they have given over there. Okay, that is the same thing. Action 53 of the Indian Penal Code. There are 5 types of the punishment that the court may be provided to a person convicted for a crime. These are the death, imprisonment for life, simple and rigorous imprisonment, for future of property, and fine. That is the sequence they maintained. Acha, which is the correct 25th question? A, the categories of the criminal should be determined by the general laws. B, the penal statute should be strictly followed or construed. C, there should be ex post facto penal laws. D, all of the above.
C, sir.
All of the above. D, sir.
Which is the correct statement here?
There should be ex post facto penal laws.
No.
Sir, D, all of them, sir. All of the above.
No. The
C,
penal
sir.
statute should be strictly followed and construed. The penal statute should be strictly followed and construed. And I think I wrote one article in my CV. Let me check whether it is there or not. Control F. Strict penal. Yes, it is there. Did you observe it? See, 16th, I highlighted. Hussain, Muhammad Sahib Hussain, strict construction of the penal statutes that is published in the Indian Bar Review, volume, it is 32, 1 and 2 part, 2005, in the page number 133 to 142. It's a Bar Council of India will publish this paper. It is their strict construction, you should follow it. Okay, let us come to the next point. Our is, yes, 26th. Active concealment of fact is associated with which one of the following? I repeat, active concealment of the fact is associated with which one of the following? A, misrepresentation. B, undue influence. C, fraud. D, mistake.
D, sir. Fraud.
Repeat.
Active or considered.
C, fraud. You are
C,
right,
sir. C,
sir.
fraud is
You
right,
right,
sir.
but I don't know when I say repeat, you are got the confusion. It the C is the right answer. Fraud. Active concealment is
Because
nothing but a fraud.
I went to for question again, sir, to confirm it.
Okay,
Fraud I
okay,
read.
okay. A contract implied with the law is known as contingent contract, quasi contract, explicit contract, or implied contract. Even in the option itself will give the answer to you.
Sir, D, sir, implied contract.
It is the implied contract. A contract
Contract.
implied by
Okay,
law
right.
is known as the implied contract. Why you are taking that much time? Okay, now let us come to the law directed by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all the courts with the territory of India. Here, courts means what courts? A. All courts including the Supreme Court of India. B. All courts except the Supreme Court of India. C. All courts including the Supreme Court except such branches of the Supreme Court which consist of 7 judges or more. And the D. All courts including the Supreme Court except a bench of the Supreme Court which consisting of the judges of the Supreme Court.
Sir, show question once again.
Law directed by the Supreme Court shall be binding on all the courts with the territory of India. Here, courts means, I give this. All courts, including the
Yes,
Supreme
sir.
Court of India.
C,
All
sir.
courts.
C.
No, we
All
need
courts
to
including
D.
Supreme Court.
D is the answer. All
D,
courts,
sir.
including
D.
the Supreme Court, except a bench of the Supreme Court,
Bench, yeah, yes,
which,
sir. D.
except the bench of the which consisting of the all the judges of the Supreme Court. Means it is a not divisional bench, it's a full bench. Yes, 29th. A has a grown a tree on his land. I repeat, A has a planted a bush and later it became a tree on his own land. The branches of the tree are overhanging on the land of B. Under the law, B is entitled to a mango tree is there. The branches are protruded into your own land. So what remedy you have? Sir, we can enjoy the fruits which is fall on your land because the finder of the goods is the owner of the good.
Sir, scroll a little down.
A. Enter into the land of A without his permission and cut his tree. B. Forcibly enter into the A land and chop off his branches. C. Chop off the branches from his own land and take away those branches. D. Chop off the overhanging branches while ramming off his land and inform A about the same.
D, sir.
D, sir.
D.
D. First you have to inform him. If he doesn't do, you can have every right to take the law in your hand. So a man is defined. A man is defined by section 10 of the code as a male human being of any age, above the 16 years of age, see above the 18 years of age, or none of the above.
None of the above, sir.
Any age. Any age. A man means any age.
21. According to law, it's 21, right?
See, what is 21?
Age.
Is it a majority? Is it a guardianship?
Majority.
Majority.
No. Any age. Suppose they say foetus. A foetus is a personality, is an entity. A foetus is having a right for the partition. Of course, the other conditions are viable for the 24 hours and so and so, other condition come.
But according to section 10 of the code.
Okay, next comes the a senile means all. Not
Sir, which is the replace, sir?
yes, sir.
Any age.
Any
Okay,
age, any age
answer.
in the section
Any age, okay.
10 says
Right, sir.
any age.
Okay.
Because if you say a person, whether the foetus is a person, answer is yes. Okay, 31. A senile means all, not one. A. Of relating to exhibiting or characteristic of old age and senile weakness, especially. B. Exhibiting a loss of cognitive abilities such as a memory associated with the old age. C. Approaching the beginning of the geologic cycle of the erosion. C. Senility can be old-fashioned term for dementia.
C, sir.
I think even everything will be come under the same. All of the right actually, because senility can be old-fashioned term for a dementia also we can say.
D,
But here I
sir.
give them. That's how you tell me.
Senility being an old-fashioned term of dementia.
Can you
Yes, sir.
explain
D
me?
is the correct answer.
D is correct.
D is the right answer as my knowledge goes because
D, sir. Approaching the beginning of the
no, all are correct.
Sorry.
Senility can be an
Uh,
old-fashioned term for the dementia.
Not to one. All means all, not one.
It is a only it is a synonym. It is a
Senile is a
synonym.
synonym, sir, but senility can be old-fashioned term for
Yeah,
dementia.
yeah. It can be no. All of the above is right. That is actually because it is only the synonym it is there. So what is senility? Generally, octogenarian is senile. Senile. Who is octogenarian? 80 years and above. They don't have the capacity to contract. Okay, let's come to the point. Which one of the following is not a public servant? A liquidator, a civil judge, a member of the panchayat assisting the court of justice, a secretary of the cooperative society. Who is not a public
Liquidator.
servant?
a
Liquidator.
civil judge, B, sir.
Liquidator, sir.
No, it's a member of the panchayat assisting the court. He is not a public servant, but a liquidator is a public servant. A civil judge is a public servant.
C is
Secretary
correct.
of the yes, C is the right answer for that one. Okay, 33 question. Hey, can anyone unmute and read 33 question?
Point out incorrect response. The following persons are exempted from the jurisdiction of criminal courts in India. A, the governor of states in India. B, the president of India. C, foreign ambassadors. D, the prime minister of India. Point out incorrect response.
I say incorrect.
The governors of state. No, sir.
Governors are exempted from jurisdiction of the criminal court.
Yes, sir.
President is exempted from the criminal court.
Foreign
Ministers are
ambassadors.
exempted from the criminal court.
Foreign
Yes,
Who is
both.
ambassadors.
left? Then who is left? Prime Minister is not exempted from the criminal court. Okay,
President of
34th.
India.
Yeah. No, not exempted over there. Because that's why Indira Gandhi is behind the bar one day. Yes, 34. Which one of the following brings out the distinction between the section 34 and 149 of the IPC? Sir, as a section 34 into sir, common intention. Mari 149 into sir. ఇక్కడ చెప్పిండు section 34 creates a specific offense whereas section 149 does not. B. Section 34 as well as section 149 creates a specific offenses. C. Section 149 creates a specific offense whereas section 34 does not. D. Section 34 as well as section 149 don't create a specific offense. 34 లో కామన్ ఇంటెన్షన్ ఉంటుంది, దాన్ని స్పెసిఫై చేయలేము ఏ కామన్ ఇంటెన్షన్.
Does not create any specific offense, but only based on the principle.
So the C is the right answer.
Yes.
Section 149 creates a specific offense, whereas section 34 does not. 35. The motive under the section 81 of the IPC should be A. Prevention of harm to person. B. Prevention of harm to property. C. Both A and B. D. Either A or B.
A, B, sir. C, sir, answer.
Second
Both.
option. Second option. It's a D. Either A or B.
B.
Both the way. Both the way. A prevention harm to person, a motive, or a prevention to the harm to the property. It can be applied over there. Okay, next 36 question. That is section 82 of the IPC provides that nothing is an offense which is done by a child under the easy question. This is, I think everybody can give the answer. 6 years of age, 7 years of age, C, 9 years of age, D, 10 years of age.
Yes, sir.
Answer.
B.
Sir, B, sir, B, 7 years of age.
7 years of age. ఏడు కొండలవాడ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, గుర్తుంటుంది. ఓకే. 37 under section 82 and section 83 of the IPC, an offense is punishable if it is done by a child. A below 7 years of age. B of the above 7 years of age but below the 12 years of age if he has not attained the sufficient Maturity and understanding, C. Of the above 7 years of age and but below the 12 years of age attained the sufficient maturity and understanding, and D. All the above.
The B, sir.
B, sir,
Sir.
B.
B.
It is the
C,
answer
sir.
None of the-
C.
C is the right answer.
C
C.
is the right answer. Of the above 7 years of age but
Below
below the
12 years.
12 years of age, having attained the sufficient maturity and understanding. Because when I was
Oh, right,
dealing
sir.
the when I
Yes,
was
yes, sir.
dealing the
I have not understood the question, sir. Yes, C is correct. Right,
Yeah.
sir.
when I was
Sure.
dealing the law of evidence to test whether the child is having a capability to know the nature, understanding the act which was done or did, or whether his witnesses can be taken into consideration. Child witness. There I used one word there. Voir dire. That test is used over there. Okay, 38. Which of the following is pair is not correctly matched? Correctly matched. Mens rea, R versus Prince. Necessity, DPP versus Baird. Insanity, McNaughton case. Intoxication, Basudio versus State of Pepsu.
Sir, A, sir. Mens rea RV Prince.
No, mens rea, R versus Prince, there is a mens rea is there in that case. If you see, happen to see, you will know it. But when you McNaughton rules are say, it is not connected with insanity. McNaughton rules say some other thing. So here the insanity not with McNaughton rules case. So that is the right answer for that one. Okay, 39. The maxim, I think you can easily deal this maxim. Actus non facit nisi mensitria means a crime has to be coupled with the guilty mind. There can be no crime without a guilty mind. Crime is the result of the guilty mind. Criminal mind leads to crime. Which is the appropriate answer?
Sir, does not make one guilty unless there is a criminal intent.
There can be no crime without a guilty mind. That is the B is the right answer. There can be no crime without a guilty mind. That is the right answer for 39. And 40th question is, in every statute, mens rea is to be applied or implied unless the contrary is shown. The view was expressed in which case law? Sherras versus D. Rudgen case law, or R versus Dudley and Stephen case law, or C. Harding versus Price case law, or the D. R versus Prince case law. In which case law the view was expressed? What is the view? In every statute, mens rea is to be implied unless the contrary is shown.
Sir, D, sir.
Answer is Sherras versus D. Rudgen case law. That is the right case law which they have given over there. Okay, let us come to the 41 section. That is the 41 question. Section 84 of the IPC provides for what? Medical insanity, A. B. Legal insanity, C. Moral insanity, D. Unsoundness of mind of any kind.
D, sir. Unsound
D, sir,
and
D, unsound mind.
Next option.
Sir, medical insanity.
Unsound of
Legal insanity will show. Section 84 of the IPC provides the legal insanity. 42. A hangman who hangs the prisoner pursuant to the order of the court is exempt from the criminal liability by the virtue of Section 77, Section 78, Section 79, or Section 76. 79, 80. Here, 80 I should have tried. Which is hangman. Urudi Sitoru.
D, sir.
78. Section 78 is the right answer. Because there is no criminal liability, but he is following the orders of the court. Okay, 43. Insanity as a defense means that a person at the time of the doing an act, the reason of unsoundness of mind is incapable of knowing A. the nature of the act, B. that what he is doing is wrong, C. that what he is doing is contrary to law, D. neither A nor B nor C. R. Either A or B or C.
D, sir, D. Either A or B or
Either
C.
A or B or C. In everything, it will be count over there. Okay. Which one of the following is correct? The burden of proof that as accused was not insane at the time of the commission of the offense is on the prosecution. B. The burden of proving that the accused was insane at the time of the commission of the offense is on the accused. C. There is a rebuttable presumption of the fact that the accused was insane at the time of the commission of the offense. D. It is a matter of the interference to be drawn by the court on the facts proved by the prosecution. The answer is the burden of proving that the accused was insane at the time of commission of the offense is on the accused. That is the right answer. 45 question. For a defense of the intoxication, to escape the criminal liability, the intoxication can be self-administered. B. Administered against his will or knowledge. C. Should not be self-administered. E. D. All the above.
All the above.
Watch closely. Administered against his will or knowledge, that only at the time intoxication is a defense. Intoxication is a defense at that instant only if it is నీకు తెలియకుండానే ఏం చేసిండు కోకాకోలాలే మంది వేసిండు విస్కీ వేసిండు అది ఓకే ద మ్యాక్సిమ్ డి మినిమిస్ నాన్ క్యూరేట్ లెక్స్ మీన్స్ the law would not take an action on small or trifling matters. B. The law does not ignore any act which causes the slightest harm. C. The law would not take an action in serious matter. D. All of the above. The answer is A. The law would not take an action on small and trifling matter. Yes, 47. Principle of de minimis non curate lex. Section 92, Section 93, Section 94, Section 95.
95, sir. D.
It is the 95 section is the right answer. Right to private defense is based on the natural instinct of self-preservation, self-respect, self-sufficiency or self-reliance. Defense. Private defense. అరే ఎందుకు చంపినావురా
Self-respect, sir. B, sir.
B.
B, sir. Self-respect.
ఏ is the answer. నేను చంపకపోతే వాడు చంపుతాడు. If I don't kill him, he will kill me. Self-preservation.
Ayyo.
Self-preservation. A is the right answer. 49. The right to private defense is available under all circumstances, available where there is no time to have the recourse to the protection of the public authority. C. Available to where there is no time to have to recourse to the protection of the public authority. D. All of the above.
I think all of the above,
All
sir.
of the above, sir.
Answer
D.
is C. Available where there is no time to have recourse to the protection of public authority. The last question is under the which one of the following cases the traditional rule of the filing petition only by the person aggrieved except in the case of the habeas corpus is relaxed. In which case law? Trilok Chand, Mohi Chand versus ABHB Munshi or Joginder Nath or Rabindra Bose or the Yugender Bakshi versus State of UP.
Habeas corpus.
Person aggrieved except in the case of habeas corpus is relaxed. It is the Upendra Bakshi case law. It is made clear that that is the D is the right answer. So now we'll see what are the left over there in our studies. When you see the syllabus, yes. Now what is the next round?